I'm making this video to talk about the most regretful and shameful thing that I've ever had to talk about publicly. There's a video.
Well, that was awkward. Hey guys and girls, I'm Txboyinnyc, and thank you for coming to my channel. I'm coming to you from one of the greatest cities of the world, New York City, in my little corner of the universe. You may not be able to tell right now, but there is a great big city behind me, behind this wonderful backdrop, my brand new backdrop. I love it. It's shiny, glittery, just like me. And I hope you guys like it too. So today I was just going to talk about the controversies surrounding Joe Rogan. It's Black History Month, so of course I'm going to talk about Joe Rogan and the stupid things that he's been saying. Also, I'm going to talk about Melissa Barrera from Scream. She's this wonderful actress, this Mexican actress that is starting to be a Scream Queen, one of the newest Scream Queens. So there's obviously going to be some controversy around that as well. And then also, I just want to, I guess, talk about Black History Month, right? Because that's what we're here for. But let's get this started.
It's a compilation of me saying the N-word. It's a video that's made of clips taken out of context of me of 12 years of conversations on my podcast, and it's all smushed together, and it looks fucking horrible.
Okay, so if you guys don't know what's going on with Joe Rogan has been in the news lately because he has this podcast. If you don't know who he is, he was on Fear Factor. That's where he started. He's an MMA fighter. He's a comedian. He's a podcaster. He's got all these things going on, and you know that's great. I love it when people have their own thing going on, which is cool. But then he also has, pardon me, a really skewed up view of how COVID works and how science works, and he's been spreading a lot of misinformation on Spotify, which is why he started having this backlash of support or anti-support on Spotify because he had been spreading misinformation on Spotify about that. Well, then now coming up this past week, video surfaced of him using the N-word, a compilation video of him using the N-word came up, and he obviously did what every other freaking influencer and podcaster or whatever celebrity does these days when they screw up. They did an apology video. Well, his apology video, it's kind of funny because it's not really an apology video. It's more like him trying to justify his actions. So it's like he's trying to say that he did it 11 years ago, and you know he's not that same person that he was 11 years ago, or it was a span of within 11 years that this happened. So I think that he's trying to justify, like, okay, well, it happened within this many years, so I'm not racist, whatever. And then he's also trying to justify him using this word in casual conversation, which I think is probably the most ridiculous thing about this whole video, is that he doesn't get that he's using this in casual conversation, and he thinks that it's a okay thing. So that's the problem right there. But his apology video is just completely ridiculous. I mean, I'm not falling for it. You can if you want to. You're free to follow him all you want. I mean, it's a free country, it's free speech or whatever. But all I know is that Whoopi Goldberg, she did not have the same courtesy that he had, because she said some things about the Holocaust lately, and she did get canceled pretty much. I mean, they already suspended her. She said that the Holocaust was not a racial thing. She apologized for it. I mean, she didn't make excuses for herself. She understood what the problem was in what she said, and she fixed it. Well, of course, ABC immediately suspended her from The View. And what she said really wasn't that bad. It was stupid. It just wasn't that bad. It wasn't meant to hurt. Pardon. to hurt anybody. So I think there's two different standards in this country where, a white male can say whatever he wants, and people are not allowed to criticize him, but yet a black woman can say things that are not really that bad and still get canceled literally from like her own show. So I think it's really, I'm not going to play this whole thing because if you want, you can watch it on YouTube. If you type in Joe Rogan N-word, this is what pops up. And so it's not that hard to find. What else is going on this week? The box office, Jackass Forever was the number one movie in at the box office. And I'd love if according to boxofficemojo.com, I love their headline: Jackass Forever turns black and blue pranks into box office green with a 23.5 million debut. Moonfall craters. That's hilarious because I watched both of these movies. I saw Jackass on Thursday for this pre-screening because I'm an AMC member, and I get these little perks, whatever. So I get to watch like 3 movies every week for free, as part of the A-list or whatever. But I watched Jackass Forever, and I went to go see it by myself. And it was a pretty packed theater, and it was pretty amazing. It was funny. If you love Jackass, if you ever watch the old ones, it's the same thing. You got a couple of new people in it that are willing to do the same dumb shit that they do on Jackass. If you don't like to watch poop, if you don't like to look at dicks, if you don't like to look at all naked people, just anything like that is offensive, you probably won't like this movie. But apparently 23.5 million in box office receipts. It says that a lot of people are willing to look at that. Moonfall, I don't think it's going to do very well because one, the plot is like super completely ridiculous. Sorry, I have ink on my finger. Can't see it. The plot is completely ridiculous. It's about like mega structures and like just so much. There's just so much crammed in this movie that you just get like, by the end of the movie, I'm just kind of like, I'm just hoping that moon just crashes right into that earth, because the choices that many of these people be making, the choices that just anything, like, I'm over it. But it was okay. I mean, if you're into like big budget things exploding, like ridiculous plot lines and kind of annoying characters, then you'll probably like this movie. Jackass, you'll really like it if you're into just anything that's like ridiculous and boring. Not boring, but like just ridiculous, because this movie is definitely not boring. It's definitely one of those movies where you have to be just open-minded and have fun, because sometimes it's good to go into a movie and just not think about anything and just kind of watch people be jackasses. So yeah, I I also wanted to talk about, there's this one actress, her name is Melissa Barrera, and she was in the new Scream movie. So she's in the new Scream movie, and she is like, if you haven't, I don't want to like be, this is not a spoiler or anything, but she's like, she's one of the main characters. And so everybody is having an opinion about this whole, Melissa Barrera thing. And one of the things is that a lot of people, especially like on Twitter, I think, and Twitter is like very toxic. So if you're on Twitter, you know what I'm talking about. Like everybody has this like opinion about everything, like especially like horror movies. And so she is one of those characters where they are like polarizing, like they polarize like the whole community, like everything. Like either you really love her, you really hate her, which I think is stupid, because I think she's a great actress, and she's been in, numerous. She's from Mexico, Monterrey, Mexico. She started off doing like telenovelas, I'm pretty sure, but she has a lot of like, I think she has a lot of range. She's a great dancer too, if you haven't noticed. She's a great singer too. And just like there's so much hate. I'm trying to find out where, like, hold on. Let me find it. Let me see. My computer's slow right now. But I just think that a lot of it has to do with people just kind of like this toxic fandom that the Scream movies are about now. How people if they don't like something, they try to change everything about the movie. And I just think that has to do with her being Latina. I mean, that's my opinion. I think that if it was a different like color, no, I don't think if it was like a black girl, it'd probably be the same thing too. I think if it was Asian, it'd probably be the same thing. If it was a white girl, they probably wouldn't be talking as much crap. I think they would probably be giving her rave reviews. So I think that's where this whole hate for Melissa Barrera comes from, because I feel like it's just this whole, underground, these fans that are upset because there's a Latino artist in place of what's typically a white female, known as the final girl. I mean, that's the big thing. She's our final girl. And it's really like uncommon to have like a Latina final girl. So I think that's a big thing. And I think it's great that she's up there doing her thing. Scream is one of the biggest franchises in the world. I mean, it's already grossed almost 100 million globally. So it's definitely up there when it comes to breaking box office records. So I think she should be proud. I love her. If you haven't heard of her name is Melissa Barrera. She is on Instagram at Melissa Barrera and you should go give her a look. She's really cool. I mean, she's really beautiful. I mean, this is her in Scream. Like, come on. I mean, like, come on. Stop. All right, guys. And so it's Black History Month. And if you go to history.com, you can learn all about Black History Month. You can learn, the origins of it. I mean, it's everybody should learn about this. I mean, it's something that we should all know. It's part of our history. It is part of, being an American. So yeah, if you go to history.com, you can learn a lot about it. And I mean, it's February, so why wouldn't I not talk about Black History Month? I mean, I don't know. Did you know that it's an annual celebration of the achievements of African Americans? I mean, did you know that it grew from out of Negro History Week? I didn't know that. Did you know that Canada and the United Kingdom also devote a whole month to Black History? I didn't know that. Yeah. So just because we're not Black doesn't mean we don't have to learn about it. I mean, just like I like to learn about other cultures, I want to learn about that, and I think you should too. It just makes us better people, and it just makes this world a better place. I hope everybody's having a great week, a great month, and I know it's been tough out there lately due to COVID. I know I personally have not worked since, the beginning of the year because of COVID. They keep canceling all my gigs, but I'm making it through. Thanks to family and friends getting me through all this. Thank y'all so much. I love y'all. Thank you guys, everybody, for subscribing to my YouTube channel. I just hit 100 subscribers. Thank you so much. I'm so excited about that, because honestly, like I didn't even realize that anybody would want to even like watch or check me out. But I mean, thank y'all so much. I appreciate it. Leave a comment, like it, share it, do whatever. Just keep watching, because I'm going to be coming up with some more content, and it's going to be getting pretty interesting, I think, this year for me. So let's keep everybody stay positive. I'm trying to stay positive. You stay positive, and we're going to get through this with each other. And hopefully we can make each other laugh. I can make you laugh. And I hope things get better for everybody. Thank y'all so much, and hope everybody has a great rest of the week.